that's it. Parents na can say. The parents na can say. You put on.
Please speak up again. Sorry, can you hear me?
The parents na can say. BBM na ya put on your boy. Say yes in that hopper. You have the 2 years now, so you're on your boy. You're on your idea now. Sometimes so on out now dream you may be up. You say Nipa Ujidi on for ba dream yanti I say. A bit to say Nipa to so ba any bema. Let's mission Ewoba. And I ban to say in one so to say akoko oba ya akoko bema issue no ewo akoko ni Nipa issue ntimi Nipa. And I sometimes so turn out doing what we say akoko fi on mo bo ade nyina se Nipa ntimi bo ade obo ade ni na akoko no bo sade nyina. Se kaka make my can say I did one and I put on the phone.
Not say of what they do. Yes, I did one about it.
That no boy.
You say me are kindly because my maybe make I pay your quiet test. I'm saying now or see now what now day. I will probably but on with the call a dance hospital. On my education scientists need a dancing doctors I can say on my education more she. Now I all tell me say so we are now one and that offer. You whom you are sana, whom you are so because the being will be to me to say, whom pancra or dear fans and him or ni a cancer problem be about a bedroom neighbor waiting now. I said, whom shall be a bedroom. Now I say, to me be about that. Okay, me that's it. So viewers, I would like us to go to the next session.
But before that, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm very glad if Brother Elijah will tell us what you go in discussing the issue because some of us are lost.
Yeah. So our brother our sister here was talking about the complexity of life. If you look at how complex the world is, everything should tell you that there was a perfect designer, someone who sat down, designed the world in a very perfect and intelligent way. For instance, human beings or a male and a female will mate and they'll give birth or they'll give birth to another being of their same kind. Okay, every animal or every beast or every creation give birth to its same kind. You'll never see a tree giving birth to an animal or an animal giving birth to a tree. Secondly, that one proves that there is a way or a place for religion in creation story or in the origin of life. She also made mention of the fact that there should be a supernatural being looking at the whole world and how everything was created and how everything is formed, the complexities. You can see that no. If you look at, for instance, the human barcodes, if one of them should even falter, the human system will not work. So the way everything was designed should tell you probably there is a perfect designer, an intelligent being behind it. So that's the summary of everything that our sister said.
It's true. It's a reality. Yes, it's true. There's actually a designer or an architect to the things we see around. Because it's wonderful that how do you call it? Women need what the water in that the sperms in a man to procreate to give birth to another human being, and then it's quite surprising that 10,000 number of sperms will have to swim within the tube, and then at the long run it's only one that is able to fertilize the ovule or something. That's so wonderful. So, viewers, I would like us to move on to our next section. That's to talk about the naturalism and the nature. So, I'm reading from the book. Nature here refers to the physical world we can see, touch, and measure. It is the world of molecules, mud, amoebas, and melons. But when you add an ism to nature, it defines a way of thinking about the whole of reality. So it assumes that only stuff that can be physically tested is real. That's according to science.
Okay.
So naturalism presumes that there is no supernatural dimension to life. The fact is, Professor Martin, that's our first section, believes in naturalism. So I would like Brother Joe here I would like you to give us a clarity that to talk of naturalism and then the reality, is there any link or what is the relationship between these two explanations?
Okay, thank you very much. The fact of the matter is, there is nature. Yeah. Okay. Nature is the thing that exists in the natural world. As we have the rivers, the streams, the sea, the vast sea, we have the mountains, we have the animals in their kind, human beings of our kind. We have those who are of different, human beings, we look different in every part of the world, okay? So that aspect is the natural world. But when the scientists are saying naturalism, they are trying to come up with something that it's only things that you can see and touch that exist.
Okay.
But of course, there are supernatural things. Let me even come in from this point of view. People invoke spirits and actually relate to the spirits. You see, people invoke spirits. Everybody knows of this very thing. Yeah. Even there are times when you watch a football match and then some of these footballers, even there was a video I watched whereby a white person, a Westerner, okay, was poking a certain part of the body of the player, and the player was on the floor. The player could not move. He was down on the floor. You see, he got a weakness. So if there is no supernatural world whereby you can, how could somebody just start the place to be poking? A door. The person was carrying a door and was poking it. And as he was poking the door, somebody on the field is being affected. What's causing that? There's a spirit, there's a power, and there are spirits there. So there's a supernatural world. In the spirit world, we have, the good spirit and the bad spirit. When it comes to the book of Ephesians chapter 6, it tells us, I'm very glad if you can read that scripture. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12.
Verse 12.
Yeah. It tells us that, how do I put it? We wrestle not against principality, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but rather against principality and forces and those things. Ephesians chapter 6. Okay. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness in this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. You see, so there are powers and spirits and other things that exist
That we can't see with
that we can see. And the scientists are here saying that what you can see is only that all that exists. No, it's not like that. There is more to it, but I just want to this. But so it says we wrestle not against what flesh and blood. So don't think that it's only flesh and blood. The scientists believe in only flesh and blood.
There's something beyond.
Yes, there are evil spirits and there are good spirits, and God is the ultimate of it all. There's a God above, who is the one who's supposed to supersede all the powers on this earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So besides that, there's this thing too. They said karma, the law of karma, is what is working. So what's your thought on that? Karma.
The law of karma. Okay, let me tell you. You see, the Buddhists have the concept of the law of karma, but the law of karma is in the Bible. Yeah, it's a concept in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 1.
Galatians chapter 6 verse 1.
Yeah, Galatians.
Oh, okay.
Where is my Galatians?
Yeah, Galatians chapter.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we should read from verse 7.
Verse 7.
Say, be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You see, so the law of karma is that, what about, they say when you throw a ball against the wall, it comes back to you. And here the Bible is saying that, do not be deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that also shall what? He reap. So whatever you do, that's the outcome you get.
I see. So it's not only the world view, but from the biblical view too.
Yes.
The law of karma works.
The law of karma is there.
Thank you very much.
It's the Buddhists who gave it the name karma. But the Bible explains it here in this Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. It talks about it vividly. So it exists.
Okay.
So whatever you do is the outcome you get. For example, if you and I should go on misbehaving, you will get the result of misbehavior. If you go on doing the right thing, the consequence of the right thing will come our way. So that is it.
Okay, our brother Elijah, I would like you to also give your clarity on that. And then give me how do you call it? The concept about ghosts. It's like we are behind time, but for the sake of the discussion, yeah, because it's something that is going on in our world today. The concept about ghosts, and then that human beings, when we die, we have another life somewhere here on earth, not after judgment. So how what's your thought on that?
Okay,
Is it really true?
So we are talking about ghost spirits. Ghost is a word that means spirit beings. So it depends on where the person is coming from. Okay, if you are coming from a Christian point of view, your definition of ghost might be something different. For instance, when Jesus was walking on the sea, the disciples saw him and they said, "Oh, we have seen a ghost." Then Jesus said that ghost does not have flesh and body. But the word there, I've forgotten the Greek word, the word there means spirit. So they said they've seen a spirit, not like a dead person who has risen back. They have seen what, yes, so that means there is a spiritual world. And then we also have people who have had encounter with their past. If you want to relate it to our lesson for today, we have had people who came sharing the experience of how they had encounter with dead people, or they saw spirits of their diseased people or their diseased relative. That one is also an evidence that there is a spiritual world. For instance, we're talking about the naturalism and the natural world. The natural world is the physical world that we see. But naturalism is trying to explain that it is only what we see that exists. And that is what we don't believe. Because if you look at people who have had the NDE, that's the near-death experiences, they will tell you they went to a place that was full of joy, was full of peace of mind, was full of hope. And that's exactly what the Bible said in Revelation chapter, I think 21 verse 4. He said over there is no more death, there is no more sorrow, there is no more weeping. That means it's a place of joy, it's a place of hope, it's a place of love, it's a place of everything that is good. That we are getting. That means there is a world outside our world that we know nothing about. That is beyond our imagination, that we cannot explain because we cannot see there. Because science seeks to explain. How we are getting it. Yes. Philosophy seems to bring what ought to be in some sense. Because wisdom, they seek to bring what ought to be. How we are getting it. So for me, there is a supernatural world beside the natural one.
No, okay. Thank you very much for the explanation. I would like our sister here to actually give us something in chi. My pacho, so I can't say, we are saying one. Yeah, a bit say, we are saying she knew, to say, Abba for your mobile, we say she knew. I can't say, be you and not the Obayano, a Swakitian or Benadati. The person say, into so I dream Ben hour, a facade, a yampa. Say she knew and now say, be a while, I was say, then you she said, to me be a social mono. Yeah, or say, push it to me, a social mono, asking. I can't in your home talk. Oh, I'm seeing her. Why do you? Oh,
the comments I can say, you are still in the do or part, say. Nipa, the met my can say, you bet me at that, assume diet. Ube Daniel, Diane, a besi, it's missing.
That is any kind.
And yet, Nick, what thou wasn't diet. Now she Diane, it's missing. And a bit to say, Obi to me, go with you. If you are one, it's missing my Canada. That is a do or the being one man, the planet to him, Bodia. I'm a Nipan say, I ain't him born, and nothing can not as I say, you walk a cake. In to me, be you back, we are in it here. Young family, I take a cry to me. That's it. What our sister is actually telling us here is that the world is not just how do you call it, the natural view as we see it, but there's a supernatural view in this world. To talk about the spirit, the words, the energy that our own words they bring. So and then all of that. So please, I would like us to bring the discussion to the end. So if for your questions and your comments, your contributions, please put them in the comment section. So we would like to say bye bye for now.
Yeah.
So
all right. Bye bye.
Bye.